We're here at the MDF, where students from 8 local high schools are gearing up for the first robotics competition in early March. They are putting the final touches on their robots, which they have to ship off on Tuesday. Later on in the afternoon, they will be shooting baskets and hopefully making them and helping each other get the best robot possible.
I always like the engineering challenges and just seeing how it all comes together, because there's so many different solutions to these problems. No two teams are going to have the same robot.
The first year doing it, but so far we've been able to at least get it run, and so far we've got all our motors working with it too.
Yes.
The most important thing is that they first have fun for doing this, because we want to show them that engineering is not only for geeks, engineering is also fun. So the next thing is that engineering leads to new ways to do manufacturing. So they are the next generation of people who actually working in this area. So we're trying to show them, hey, it's really fun for doing this, and at the end, this is some of the jobs you might get.
I'll be the president one day, January 1st. Oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one drinking what gossip.com. Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit. Speaking of this done. Woke up on the side of the
And another big challenge is the stress factor. Putting all this together, something goes wrong, electronics conks out. What are you doing then? How do you solve these problems? How do you to get it done at the time when you pack the robot, that you have something which actually will work?
I've learned that it really depends on how teams work together can really help and change how your robot turns out. This is the first year we've actually really interacted with other teams in the area. So it's been a good time.
Just keep them going fine. We want to have a way to hold the ball so we don't have to immediately fire it. So what we're looking at here is a way to raise the ball up off of the conveyor belt so we'll be able to stay static.
Like all this will be complete.
I think the challenge really is working as teams, and a lot of times is how do you go through this to weed out all these ideas, and all the kids have wonderful good ideas. Which one do you move forward, and when do you decide that's enough, that's what we stick to, and let's get it going?
Yeah, and then push this.
Attach it here, put a hinge here, and we can extend it up further because it's on the back on one side, and we don't have to worry about getting in the way of the shooter.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's so stupidly simple.
Yeah, that's simple as the best.
What have you learned in this competition that maybe you didn't learn last year?
I learned a lot more about team management, the management of specific people. Since we are the team captains, we oversee all of the functions of the team, so we learn more about the business and more about the engineering and how to lead stuff in general. The problem we have with that is
sometimes you run into this roadblock. You don't know how you overcome this. So the exchange among all the teams to get ideas, just to walk around, to go over and say, hey, what are you doing? How are you dealing with this? Was tremendous. So this is a project, you have a deadline, you're working in a team, you're bringing different teams together. You have seen this, that we not only have all these engineers, we have people who are working on web pages, the people who design some of our t-shirts we'll be using, we're having people who just were out there doing more fundraising. So it is a project hitting many different areas like we do in our work environment.
I feel pretty confident about our robot.
We're here with Tom Mason, the director of ORNL. Tom, what do you think about ORNL's involvement with the first robotics competition?
Well, it's something it's easy for us to do because we've got so many staff who really like engaging in this sort of thing. A lot of engineers. Love to see one of the teams that was engaged with the lab come out on top, but even if they don't, they've learned a lot. I think it's a fun activity, and hopefully there's some kids who've learned enough about engineering that they'll decide that that's an interesting career direction for them.
We'd like to see as many high schools as possible take advantage of what we have here. I mean, we have capabilities that exist in some cases no place else in the world, and giving the kids an opportunity to come in and see kind of what a laboratory's like. It gives them a chance to work on equipment that they won't get a chance to see or work on anyplace else.
This is precisely what we want to do with the manufacturing demonstration facility. This is clearly the nation needs to improve in manufacturing. So this facility is designed to not only reach out to the students, but also to reach out to industry, regional industry, create that innovation economy by creating new manufacturing opportunities.
You're going to Oregon, and this is happening.
there's oak ridge, and then there's hard down.
Sometimes I get a good feeling.
So that's maneuverability.
Secretary Chu was visiting there. It was a big highlight for them because they suddenly realized that, hey, what we're doing is important, that even the secretary stops by, looks at the robot, even signs it. It was a big highlight for a lot of the kids. I think the high points was that they see from when we get the challenge 6 weeks ago to what was the final product. So they had some ideas and drawings, and at the end they packed a robot which was working, shooting balls, picking them up, driving around. So they see the whole from the idea to the final product, and you see they learn how you, when you steadily work on this one, how you deliver something, and you see the outcome.
Sometimes I get a good feeling. Yeah.
Definitely expecting some really good competition from the other teams around. A lot of really strong teams. There are also a lot of rookie teams, so I'm really excited to see how they do their first year. I know last year our rookie team was really exciting, just first time out there. So we're expecting a lot of really fun competition. Hopefully going to win the competition and the Chairman's Award, but we'll wait and see.